Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing some broken glass art. I'm going to be filling in these islands, the Hawaiian Islands. I'm going to be framing them. I'm going to be putting some resin on them. But first, also I'm going to have some fun facts about the Hawaiian Islands, so stay tuned. These islands, this is Maui and the Big Island, which is Hawaii. I had to cut these to fit in the frame. So usually these are a little further apart, and Kauai and Oahu are further apart. But to make them fit in the frame, I had to do this. The sizes are about what they should be in connection with each other. So let's get going here. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way for now. I can sort of start with some facts. What I'm going to do first, usually I already have this done, but I am going to use glue, tacky glue, and I'm going to put a bead right along the edge here. So some of the facts about Hawaii. Surfing and the stand-up paddleboard was invented in Hawaii. Hawaii is the only state that has two official languages, English and Hawaiian. Now I'm doing this so when I put the glass in, I end up pouring some resin. The resin doesn't fall through. I should have put that other one in first. Most of the frames I use are refurbished. I get them at garage sales or thrift stores. Just let that sit a minute. Well, I'm going to actually let that dry, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put some tape also along the edge. This will be taken off after everything dries, but in the meantime it has to be on there to make sure the resin doesn't come through. Aloha also means hello and goodbye, but it's also a feeling, the aloha spirit. The shaka sign, this sign, you know, you come over and visit and you think it's a tourist thing, like the shaka sign. Oh, how touristy is that? But everybody uses it here. Hawaiians use it. Everybody uses it. I mean, the drivers here are very thoughtful. They'll let you pull out, and then, you know, you just give the shaka sign. Thanks a lot. There's also a shaka app. If you ever come to Hawaii, you can get the Shaka app, and that will, if you rent a car, you can turn it on and it'll tell you all the areas that you're passing or where to stop, touristy places. It's a pretty good app. It has a map there, and it'll tell you in a mile ahead, pull over because of this site. So here are the little children. We'll call all the women adults auntie. It was just weird when I first heard it when I moved here. I was like, wait a minute. I do have grown some older nephews, but it wasn't them. So that's what uncle and auntie, the Hawaiian children, or the locals, that's what they call the adults. I'm going to let this sit for a while. I want that to dry, and then we will come back and flip this over and we'll start putting it together. I have more facts to share. I pre-cut some rough glass that's been tumbled, and I'm only using these three colors. I'm probably going to leave the background clear and just have the islands in this one. I could have did something with the ocean, but I don't think I'm going to. If you want to know, I cut some of the glass with this nipper. You can look in my Amazon shop and you'll see it. I used my goggles when I did some glass cutting, and I sort of already did it on just a paper because this was my first one and I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but let's get going. So I'm just going to basically take the glass that I have from the other map and just transfer it over one piece at a time. It is not going to be perfect, that's for sure. I live right here, by the way, right here. That's Kona, Hawi, Hilo. Okay. Some other fun facts. There's no snakes in Hawaii. So when I go hiking around in the bush and jungle areas, I don't have to worry about snakes. Really, anything poisonous like that. So that is pretty cool. California, I had to worry about rattlesnakes. All forms of gambling on the islands are illegal. That includes lotto and bingo. Mauna Kea, here on the Big Island, it's about right here. Mauna Loa is here. Kilauea is over here. Is the tallest mountain in the world from sea level to the top. It's almost 14,000 feet. But from the sea level, it's taller than any mountain in the world because of how deep our oceans are here. Also, the set of Hawaiian Islands are the most isolated islands in the world. So the air is really clean here because we have no other landmass near us except when Kilauea is going off, and then we have something called fog, and depending on the wind, we get it here in Kona too. It just makes the sky look gray. We're the only state that commercially grows coffee, vanilla, and cocoa. You're standing here in Waikoloa on the Big Island. You can look across and see Maui. On Kauai, it's the wettest place on Earth with 450 inches per year on average. Parker Ranch here on the Big Island, which is about right in here. Used to be the biggest, the largest ranch in the U.S. Not anymore. Very hard to pronounce the street names. I'm getting them down a little bit. They only have 12 letters in their alphabet. It's still pretty hard to pronounce. Kilauea on this island, the Big Island, is the most active volcano in the world. There's only 2 native animals on Hawaii. That's the monk seal and the hoary bat. I assume that's how you pronounce it. Who knows? Hawaii has its own time zone. 10 10 of the world's 14 climates are here on the Big Island. And the Big Island's name is Hawaii. So if you want rain, you can go over here an hour. If you want jungle, go up the hill here. If you want desert, go up in this area between Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa. You want wind, there's wind. You got everything. Snow. You can go to Mauna Kea and be 30 degrees and go down to any shoreline and you're looking at 80. So you could be at the beach and look up at the snow on Mauna Kea at the same time. Captain Cook was killed here on the Big Island. And there's a monument. It's about right here. It's about right here. And it's the best snorkeling of all the islands, I think, and other people say so too. And in Molokai, there was a leper colony. Now, the name of the disease is called Hansen's disease. All beaches here are public. No one can have a private beach. Honolulu is the home to the oldest Catholic church in the U.S. that's still in use. It was built in 1843. And all of these islands can fit inside of the Big Island. Okay, I think I'm good. So I'm gonna try to find some, maybe just make it a little better, but I like it. I hope you learned something about Hawaii while I'm doing this. It's probably a little boring without it. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't been here, from San Francisco, I can see flights for like $250 round trip. So if you can get to San Francisco, United has them. Southwest also flies here. I'll be back. I mixed up some resin. Hopefully it doesn't move. I like the white background while I pour so I can see what it's going to look like. Okay, first I'm going to be drizzling over the glass. I need that to stick. I just want to make sure it gets to the sides. I think I have plenty of resin on there. I decided to put some shells in the corners just to fill it up a little bit. I hope I'm making the right decision. See you tomorrow. I'll take the tape off and we'll see what it looks like. All right, the next day, all the tape is off. Glad I put the seashells on there. I'm really liking how this turned out. Maybe black background will show better. Not sure. I hope you learned something with my little fun facts about Hawaii. I wanted to show you when I have extra resin, I always have these molds ready to go. If you could see them. These your coasters, and then I make some Christmas decorations. So there's a video on how I make these coasters, aquarium coasters. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos. Aloha.